Yo, 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 what's up? It's Stevan Micic. I'm here today to talk about a really great thing happening. Flo Wrestling's putting on a match card here, February 26th, and I'm here to talk about some of the biggest matchups we're about to see. It's going to be a super card, guys, but before we get into it, make sure to like the video, subscribe to this channel for more world-class content, and turn your notification bells on so you guys know when we're getting that world-class content in. Before we get into it as well, big news on the Ono wrestling shoes. Stay tuned. Go follow onev.world on the Instagram for more updates on that. And then my Patreon is, the link to my Patreon is in the description. If you guys want to get a little bit more in-depth wrestling knowledge, technique, any type of breakdowns that we've got from match breakdowns, technique, a little bit of wrestling theory. We got all that on the Patreon, so go check it out and subscribe. All right, guys, so in February, I think the 26th in Coralville, Iowa, in Iowa City, Flo Wrestling's having a match card up, and I think Spencer Lee versus Masanosuke Ono is lining the card. They're headlining it, and then they just announced a couple other matches. So we've got Valencia versus Aaron Brooks on that card as well, and then Daitakatani versus David Carr. So those are the three big matches. I don't know who else is taking the card. I feel like they're probably still putting some stuff together, but they've mined three superstar matchups, which are pretty much insane. We're going to get into that. I actually was asked to be on the card in February, and they were actually trying to get me pitted for me versus Higuchi at 61 kilos, having a world champion rematch, but up at 61 kilos. This would be our second match, me winning it at the World Championships, but then obviously he went on to go win the Olympics. I won't be able to wrestle it because of my knee that's still healing up. I haven't even started wrestling live yet. I've just been able to start drilling. But if possible, it'd be sick if, you know, we're able to do some sort of match with me and Higuchi again, maybe in the springtime, maybe around April, May time, you know, time willing. We'll see, God willing. I keep healing up and going, so, but that would be cool to do. So I'm just going to be here watching, spectating, and talking the matches. So we'll start from the first one, matchup-wise. We'll start with the most recent that was talked about, I think I saw was Daitakatani versus David Carr, okay? David Carr, for those of you who don't know, most of you probably do know David Carr. He's a two-time NCAA champ for Iowa State. His dad also was a multiple-time NCAA champ, Nate Carr, for the U.S., one of America's best back in the 80s. So David Carr, I think he's a young gun, someone who's just coming fresh out of college, now fully training freestyle, and he is going to be someone forced to be reckoned with at the 74 kilos for Team USA. You know, he's kind of been behind, he's been the youngster behind Dake, Nolf, Burroughs, Daringer, all the guys, but now is kind of be his time to shine in this next cycle. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of David Carr and his explosive, flashy style that I really like him. He's a great kid, super humble guy, and he's taking on Daitakatani, the Olympic silver medalist from 74 kilos. He also was the world bronze medalist the year before at 74. He's taken out so many good wrestlers. He almost tech-falled Dake, putting up 20 points on him at this Olympics. He tech-falled Sabalov the match before in the quarters at the Olympics. He was beating, I think he was beating Jamalov from Uzbekistan, ended up getting caught and pinned in the finals, but he was kind of the fan favorite of the tournament. Blew through the field, one of the fastest wrestlers. He's got that little misdirection, single leg, high crotch shot that he hits. It's phenomenal. I mean, me and my dad have done breakdowns on it before, and, you know, he's just been deadly. He's beaten so many good wrestlers. He's beaten Shimizu. He's beaten Kadi Magomedov. He's phenomenal. He's got it down. So I think Takatani is the favorite of this matchup. Obviously, you know, kind of being someone who's in his prime, taking on a youngster. So, I think Takatani is the clear favorite here, but I don't think you can count out David Carr, and especially this is a win-win match for him. Why not take this match, get a chance to wrestle the Olympic silver medalist, go in there. If you lose, so what? If you go and win, that's a huge win for you, and you got nothing to lose. And he's going to come out wrestling hard. Just be ready for Takatani's speed, because David Carr's fast, but we'll see how this goes with Takatani. Make sure you guys comment what you guys think on who are going to be the winners of these three matchups. All right, next I think we got Aaron Brooks versus Valencia, which is going to be, I think, a pretty chippy rematch because of the Olympic trial semifinals. We had Zahid versus Brooks. Zahid actually lost the match, I think, in a very controversial way. I think kind of one where he probably could have won or should have won the match. The refs really screwed him with, you know, the point reasons and passive calls and giving points away. It kind of stole the match away from Zahid, and then that match going into it, Aaron Brooks ends up beating David Taylor to make the Olympic team. So it was like, dang, like who knew what could have happened there if that was Zahid instead. So I'm pretty sure Zahid's really willing to take this one. He just moved down to Oklahoma State. He's training at this Cowboy RTC. I don't know what weight they're wrestling at, maybe like 92 or something like that, because I know Brooks is going up to 97 kilos for the next cycle, but they're probably going to meet at 90, 92 and wrestle there. That's my guess. So it's going to be a great match. I'm not really sure who's going to win. I think this one's a pretty big toss-up. You know, Zahid being pretty offensive and, you know, tough to wrestle with his body type at that weight class. Super long, lanky, very offensive, and can scramble well. And you got Aaron Brooks has got world-class defense, heavy hips, thick hips, great sprawl, great leg defense in general, and counter attacks. It's going to be a really good match. Oh, also very great with his underhooks and driving style. So that one's going to be an awesome one. I'm not sure who's going to win this. Let me know as well. And now we got the big matchup I think everyone's most excited for is Spencer Lee versus Ono, okay? Spencer Lee just took the silver medal at the Olympic Games in Paris at 57 kilos. He lost to Higuchi in the finals, but it was a close match. He wrestled really well. Awesome tournament for him. And first world medal for him as well, like Olympic medal. You got Ono, who's 20 years old, burst onto the scene. He won the Junior Worlds, U20 Worlds at 61 kilos. And then all of a sudden goes like a month later, wrestles at the non-Olympic weight world championship at 61 kilos, beating Uguyev, tech falling, Vito, back-to-back matches, and then winning the gold medal by tech fall. He stormed through the tournament. He's one of the most exciting, you know, talked about wrestlers. UWW's going crazy, posted about him pretty much every day. They got to chill for real, but like, he's got that excitement. He's got that style of persistency with his snaps. He's physical. He's very strong for the weight at 61 kilos. I'm not sure what he's going to do in the future going up or down, going up to 65 or going down to 57. I'm guessing he's going to go down to 57 because they're meeting at a catch weight, 59 kilos. Now, this matchup can go a few different ways. I really don't know. I think a lot because of how dominant Ono's world appearance was, I think he is the favorite, but I don't know, especially with Ono going, if it's going to be at 59 kilos. I think Spencer is not the biggest, he's really strong, and at 59, I think that Spencer has maybe the strength advantage, and I don't know if Ono's going to have that output. And if Ono being a little younger, Spencer has a little more experience there. It could be a toss-up of, like, this isn't just going to be Ono coming through and trying to just, you know, powerhouse Spencer, who's a really strong wrestler, and he's good on parterre. I think he's going to, you know, he can't overlook that. You know, Ono can wrestle, and it's going to be a good matchup. I'm not really sure who to predict to win. I'm not a pundit here, but I think that it's going to be an exciting matchup nonetheless, and I think, you know, everyone that can go to this matchup. And also Spencer Lee is going to be in Coralville, you know, Iowa hometown hero. He's going to be the fan favorite there. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this one. I don't think it's super clear cut for any of these. And also like any other matchups that you guys think you'd like to see going forward, you know, with this. I think Flo's doing a great job. You know, right after the Olympics, we got a big break from freestyle wrestling. You know, we're missing some content. We need to see these one-off cards. I think it's great for the sport of freestyle wrestling, especially Flo's covering this. It's going to be excellent. Getting so many of these Japanese guys over on this as well because, you know, they don't really get paid too much money wrestling at the Olympics and the World Championships and medaling for their country. So I think this is a great opportunity for the U.S. You see so many of these Japanese guys over here right now wrestling. You know, why not take advantage of it? So hopefully we get another card later and maybe get me on the card as well. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure to subscribe and World Champs and everything we do, baby. Let's go.